Hello. 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 Is that okay? Yeah, it seems fine to me. Hello, welcome to this video. What are we doing? The thing which lets me know the timer. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Sorry, distracted. Hello, welcome to SquishiVision, where I'm about to. Oh, I did I not press the scale button to get things scale properly? Okay. I need to fix that. Sorry, I didn't check the things I should have checked. Because I didn't put the glow. That's what's on. That's fine. I'll fix that for the next video. Sorry, very much distracted. So there's probably some wasting your time. I forgot to put music. You know, whatever. But I don't care. We don't care. We'll fix this after I finish broadcasting. This is my reaction to the first look teaser of Starfleet Academy, a show I was vaguely aware was happening. I think the voice actress of the character whose name I have forgotten, is involved in conceptualizing this. I've quite embarrassingly forgot the name from Lower Decks character. Bracket Mariner. Tommy Newsom, I think, is involved in this somewhat. And I think it's, I can't actually remember when it's set. I think someone said it's set in the 32nd century, so I think this is like set after Discovery. What I can remember. I've gone into this blind, and I really shouldn't have. So, should I just team myself by watching the video? Hopefully this works.
After more
Why? This is very annoying. Go away, pretzel. Okay. Let's hopefully this all works fine.
And so, we begin. I'm Captain Nala Ake, Chancellor of Starfleet Academy. We're all the first Academy class to return to our campus in San Francisco after more than 120 years. Some of you are here for your families, some for yourselves. Together, you are the best and the brightest from across the galaxy. A tapestry that is Starfleet. You will learn the skills that shaped our greatest officers.
Duty, honor, service!
Like them, will ask you to give more of yourselves than you knew you had. To dream without limitations. Whatever challenges came before today led you to this moment. You here now. You weave together the future. So go out and seek, explore, boldly go where no one has gone before. It is my great honor to welcome you all to Starfleet Academy.
That's interesting. That's a little down the frame. Okay, well let's go through that first. Is my something sounds weird about the audio. I don't know if it's a me problem or a stream problem. So yeah, this is definitely set after Discovery, because I saw things in there which made that very much clear. So the premise of, or at least one thing that we've just been told, is that. Sorry, I'm distracted by how low down in this I am. Don't know why. That's much better. One thing that that's been established in this teaser is that this is Starfleet Academy's return to San Francisco, because obviously Earth left the Federation during the burn and then rejoined it during Discovery, and then obviously it's been a kind of a slow return to bring Starfleet back to Earth, which is obviously kind of happened by this point. So we get it set in what is a very futuristic San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge is still there. Also, what's very interesting is that this is in 16:9. We have returned to full frame TV, people. So excited. I have always been extremely critical of Univision 2x1 streaming TV. Like, we're not, I am almost certain we are not at that stage where most people have a widescreen Univision TV. I'm almost certain most people are watching their TV on 16:9 screens. So I don't know who they're tailoring things for when all these streaming shows are being broadcast in 2x1 aspect ratio. And I always disliked it because I'm like, I paid for the full pixels, I will use all the pixels. You know, if we got to a point where the majority of people were using that, then fair enough. But I don't think that's the case. Not unless you're watching shows on like your iPhone. I really hope most of you aren't like watching at least like your main show. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. Most people don't have any confusing anymore, do they? So interesting that they've gone for a full frame 16:9.
And so,
I don't know if it's my computer or this teaser, but things seem very choppy, and I'm not sure why.
Again.
I don't know how much of this is real in San Francisco or isn't real in San Francisco. I'm not familiar with San Francisco skyline.
I'm Captain Nala Ake.
Honestly, this could be the Enterprise. This could be Strange New Worlds. It definitely is capturing the more vibrant aesthetic of Strange New Worlds over the more darkly lit Discovery bridges.
Chancellor of Starfleet Academy.
Have we changed what the uniform? I'm going to bring up Starfleet 32nd century uniform. It is a bit different. So in Discovery, the uniforms they had these like black, they had these black patches on the right hand side, whereas here it's all red, somewhat more traditionally. Other than that, I think we still have the same captain's variant epilogues and the rank slides on the collar. Where is her? Is she wearing a com badge? Is this covered by her hair?
We're all the first
This is obviously Starbase. It's giving me kind of futuristic DS9 vibes.
Academy class to return to our campus in
Oh, I probably should check. Are these cadet uniforms changed? I think they are, because I think in Discovery when we saw the cadets, they just wore a red duty uniform. This is more similar, somewhat, to the uniform worn by the space station crew, but again, not entirely. There's some differences there.
San Francisco after more than 120.
And then for some reason, these lot are wearing different uniforms. Are these potentially? I mean, I don't know. Possibly Section 31 recruits. I can't remember if Section 31 exists still in the 32nd century. I don't think it's clear. I don't think it was ever clarified that was the case in Discovery. It's certainly a much more tactical uniform because it's black. It's camo black. That person there looks like a Romulan. I can't remember. Because the Romulans and Vulcans now share the same planet, so they will be part of the Federation.
Years.
Nice little kind of reference to James T. Kirk. Makes sense that he would have a pavilion named after him.
Some of you are here.
And we're getting a look at our main cast. Is this a good excuse for me to bring up information about the show? We can. So cast. So Holly Hunter is playing Nala Ake, who we're hearing voiceover. Who is? Oh, I knew I recognized the voice. It's Elastigirl. Huh. Also in. How did I not connect that Elastigirl was the same person who played the Senator in Batman vs Superman? Interesting. She's the captain. I'm not gonna take the time to kind of look too much into. So the cast are all unknown actors, or at least actors without a Wikipedia article. So we have someone who's a human orphan who's disillusioned with Starfleet, but joins the Academy to find their mother. We've got someone who is Klingon, who will obviously is one who's obvious. Someone called Karis Brooks who plays Sam, who is only a year old. They're kind of like a hologram. They're somewhat programmed. Interesting. Someone called George Hawkins playing Darren Raimi, who's Keonian. And then someone called Bella Shaw playing Genesis Live, and someone called Zoe Steiner playing Tarima Sandal. So interesting, there's that cadet in the background. I think they're a cadet, judged by their grey pants at least, who's wearing all yellow, but that might be just. I think that's their undershirt. So actually, I kind of dig these stuff. These cadet uniforms. You've got like the grey jacket, which is similar to the main uniform, but also somewhat different. Oh, I feel like I can draw. So this person there with their undershirt visible, and then I like the person here with their kind of their grey jacket. Looks comfortable. Kind of want to own it.
for your families. Some for yourselves.
This is a interesting way of doing push-ups, I have to say. Also, pretty decently spaced room for cadets. I know one of the characters might be like a wealthy cadet, so maybe this is their room. They would have expected the dorm to be a bit more sparse, I suppose. I'm assuming this is some kind of combat training drill, and they're wearing armor. Practice for that. Again, why? I mean, I see. Hopefully, this is just indicative of it being training armor, because it's kind of very concerning when you have big glowing targets on your chest. But I suppose if this is training armor, then I guess it makes a bit more sense. It does look cool. It looks futuristic. It's just very silly.
Together, you were the best and the brightest from across the galaxy.
So yeah, that's our Klingon medical officer, which I think is interesting. I think clearly we're going to have a medical student. We'll have everyone in every single kind of like section of Starfleet, and let's put our traditionally not healthcare race in healthcare. I mean, we've played around with the concept of scientist Klingons before. It's not a new concept for the show, but I can see what they're playing around. I am a massive sucker. I am an extremely, and I would be given my background, I am a massive sucker for the found family trope. I feel like this is leading into the found family trope. And it's a hard trope not to do well, especially when I'm a sucker for it. So if this is what we're going for, I think I'm going to love the show already. Like, yeah, I mean, one of the reasons I love Discovery was because it's this found family trope. So, yeah, I'm very much down for this. Yes, please. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're going to end up getting. There's going to be a moment where they're obviously going to go through the obligatory conflict stage, and then they're going to be like, actually, let's be friends instead. And I'm going to be like, oh, I love you guys so much.
A tapestry that is Starfleet.
Oh, interesting that the Klingon in that previous shot, can I go back? Their undershirt is red, given... Is that... No, it's not an undershirt, the zip. You can see the... You can see the zip there. Which is interesting because they're going into the science branch of Starfleet, so you'd think their undershirt would be blue. So I wonder what that's about. I wonder if they initially feel probably what we can infer from this is that they feel pushed as a Klingon to go into security, and then they're like, actually, I have more aspirations to be a doctor, and he's allowed to switch. I think that's going to be the beginning of his arc. Do we see earlier what version of uniform he's wearing? Or is it too out of focus? It's too out of focus, we can't tell. That's next year, when it's coming out, presumably not when it's set.
You will learn the skill.
Okay, so this is obviously the thing people have been already ripping through the internet, going through. So who do we see here? I was gonna say actually, and I think I might have actually just spotted a name. Another part of Star Trek. Sorry, no. I was going to talk about Prodigy. So, I really like Prodigy. I think Prodigy does the found family thing well. I think Prodigy does Star Trek well. I think Prodigy I didn't have much hope for, and then I watched. I'm like, wow, this is actually really, really good. And I'm getting a lot of like Prodigy vibes from like the cadets who are thrown together as our main cast, representing different kind of backgrounds, but having to ultimately work together. I feel like this show is going for the same kind of vibe, and if it does anything as well, it's definitely going to be really, really good. So let's see if we can go through this name of people, and if there's like I don't know if there's a pattern. Not all of these people. I mean, well, certainly they're probably all dead by the time the show is set, but not all of them got killed in duty as far as we can see. So, the first row that we can't see all the names of, I can see a Preston. Obviously, there is a Starfleet. There's a Starfleet character with a surname Preston. Preston is the nephew of Scotty. So potentially this is a reference to Midshipman Preston. We see NNA Torres, which can only be Balana Torres. We don't see a rank. Gomez, which I'm assuming is no, Google, not Selena Gomez. Sonia Gomez, who we do see in Lower Decks as a captain. We see a T Marina, which I think is Becca Marina. Obviously, Newsom's going to put a character in somewhere or another. And if we skip along, we actually see Tony knew some as an admiral. So it's she has definitely self-inserted there a wee bit. We see Mbemga's name from the Enterprise, Chief Medical Officer of the Enterprise. Not enough of a next name to know who that is. There's a name which ends in Denberry, which obviously is the surname of the Roddenberry family, Gene Roddenberry, and other people who've involved. I think also there's a character. I do think there is a character, I think, called Gene. Yeah. No. Well, there's a few characters who have the surname Roddenberry. There's a 23rd century the commander in chief in the 21st century is Gene Roddenberry. I'm pretty sure, is there not? Yeah, and there's also a 24th century admiral called Gene Roddenberry. I'm pretty sure there's like oh, I know what I'm thinking of now. I think the original I think there's like a manual, an annual or a time book somewhere or another that showed Gene Roddenberry as the face of Robert R. April before he was actually cast. There's also an R. Roddenberry after Rod Roddenberry. But yeah, whoever is referenced there, it might just be a Roddenberry. I think we can assume it's a common name in this fiction. Roth. Do I know? Does Roth ring a bell? Well, there's a person called Trevor Roth who is out of universe, the chief operating officer of Roddenberry Entertainment. So that's obviously a reference to him. He's also mentioned. He's also one of the chief of staff. He's in like dedication plaques. This is a reference to that. We see Denver's name there from Discovery. Is that Weber? Does ring a bell. Potentially Stephen Weber is a Bajoran. No, Stephen was an actor. I can't see who that might be. Mike Jerome. Who is Mike Jerome? Mike Jerome. Okay, Mike Jerome is a actor. But they voice or play a Klingon in a video game. Jenny Lumet is also someone who is the executive producer of Strange Worlds, probably executive producer this as well. So they're not a character. Eric McDonald is... Oh, I know who Eric McDonald... Eric McDonald is one of the science consultants for Star Trek, but she also appears in Prodigy as a character based off of herself. And I think she voices her own character as well, which is kind of neat. Louis Bridges. Smart asking me if I'm wanting to jump off a bridge. No, I'm trying to find who this person is. Oh, someone's already done a breakdown of all the names in this wall. And apparently there's 2 columns that I missed, presumably as we were panning down. One that has William Decker on it, one that has John Harriman, who was the captain of Enterprise B. We've obviously got Captain Carol Freeman, Captain Cristobal Rios from Picard, Connor Rosa, who is an episode I haven't seen. We had Amina Ramsey. She's Beckett's friend. She's in there as well. Hugh Culber, who we already know. Someone who is probably Clark Terrell, who was the captain of Reliant in Wrath of Khan. Jeremy Lucas, who was definitely a deep dive there. A doctor who appears in the Enterprise in the eugenics thing. And yeah, we're getting into the column 3, which I'm on now. So that Roddenberry is Eugene Roddenberry, Rod Roddenberry. We've got Trevor Roth, who is the chief operating assistant for John Webber, who is a producer. Hemmer is also on there. Where's Hemmer? Hemmer was one who's above Roddenberry, Mabenga, Commander. So, according to this, Beckett Marina was promoted to Commander by the time this was set, or at least resigned at the rank of Commander. Garrick apparently became an ambassador at some point, which is very interesting. A bunch of other names in the next column. Jenny Lumet is a producer. A whole bunch of these names are just producers being referenced. Sally Whitley, who appears in season 2, 1 of Picard, whichever one the Borg one was on. I don't know, maybe season 3. Yes. You've got Admiral Talara. Oh, the one who did the thing for the Worf's trial. Then we got the next column, which is Beverly Crusher. We know who that is. We've got Demora Sulu, who we know who that is, who got to rank of captain. Then you have Peter Preston. Oh, Preston's there. Peter Preston's mentioned twice. Unless these are 2. Nope, same Peter Preston. He's mentioned as Midshipman 1C in column 3, and then as Midshipman FC in the next one. We've got Christine Chappell, who gets rank commander. We've got Lieutenant Natasha Yar, who obviously dies at rank ambassador Spock. Commander Ellen Landry. Not all of these people have died on screen. Not all these people have been killed in action. Presumably they've all died at some point. Joshua Albert he's the person who gets killed in the First Duty. And then there's another admiral we can't see. Wesley Crusher was mentioned as a Lieutenant Junior grade. Dorian Collins. Oh, the valiant person, I think the only one who survives, is credited here of acting Chief Petty Officer. I am almost certain that she didn't get to keep that rank when they got rid from Valiant. Presumably she would have been returned to her rank of cadet, would she not? And I'm certain, probably. Wait, but this suggests that she never graduated. So what? Did she never graduate Starfleet Academy? Because presumably she would have graduated and got given the rank of ensign, which obviously outranks Chief Petty Officer. This suggests that she didn't, and she flunked Starfleet Academy, which might be very possible. I don't know, maybe she was allowed to keep her. Maybe she left literally immediately after that, and so was allowed to keep her rank. That's the only thing I can think of. It seems odd that you would credit somebody acting rank. It's like someone didn't really think that far ahead. I guess Karen Ferris did die as acting commander, but I don't think you would be credited as your acting rank. Also, as many people have said, it seems odd that Nog wouldn't have progressed further in Starfleet than a lieutenant. And yet he's only listed there by his lieutenant rank. So I don't know. Maybe he resigned shortly after his promotion. Got Leonard McCoy, Captain Scott. Yeah, I guess he ended the captain. Sita Jaxa from Lower Decks, Captain Nyota Huru. She was the captain last time we saw her. Chekhov was the captain last time we saw her. Pike's in there. Pike. Okay, wait, hang on. Where are you, Pike? I can't see Pike on my screen. I can see the fur of Pike. Pike. Oh, fleet captain. I guess. Yeah. So I got distracted by something on Memory Alpha. I thought Pike left as an admiral. Okay, fleet captain. So would he not be credited as fleet captain Pike? I mean, maybe he is, and Trek Core just missed it out. We got Janice Rand as a commander, which we knew was going to happen. So Tom Paris, lieutenant. So this is the last rank we see them at in 2381. Did they leave Starfleet shortly after? Just seems odd, but they wouldn't have. Maybe they. Yeah, I guess they probably maybe left Starfleet straight after. Again, like Nog, seems odd, but he would have ended his career as a lieutenant. I guess some people just do. Captain Riker. Hoshi Sato, lieutenant commander. What rank was she when we last saw her? When did she get ranked? When did she make a career? Okay, well, I can't criticize the research. It does look like someone's gone Memory Alpha and searched what the final ranks were of everyone they wanted listed without thinking too much about the context. Because yes, she has the rank of ensign in these other voyages, and then finishes her career as lieutenant commander, as per the biography that we see in A Mirror Darkly Part 2. which is, yeah, so she would have left her career at that rank. I just don't think the cadets would have been listed here by their acting ranks. They would have been listed by their cadet ranks. Yeah, Charles took on the third, died at commander. Troy, commander. Data left staff, got killed at lieutenant commander. Again, Julian Bashir ending his career at lieutenant rank seems odd. It's all the lieutenants who I'm disagreeing with, but it feels like they would. It feels like definitely like a doctor of his. I mean, I guess like some people are theorizing online, but he didn't progress beyond lieutenant because of his genetic background. I never really got the strong inclination that that would have held him back getting a promotion to lieutenant commander, especially with like the backing of everyone who he is with, like career wise. But I suppose he could have. I suppose all of these could have resigned from Starfleet shortly after we last saw them. Oh. So Kim is the first character here to have a different rank than their rank listed on Memory Alpha. So his rank on Memory Alpha is lieutenant, which is a surprise to me because I was pretty sure last time we saw him canonically he was an ensign. That's like lots of the jokes coming about him being a perpetual ensign. But apparently, and I don't know, no one seems to have picked up on this other than this person on Memory Alpha because I would have seen it, someone say it somewhere, I'm sure. But apparently he was on the USS Dauntless as a tactical officer, a rank of lieutenant. But here he's listed as admiral, which is like not only a promotion from when we last saw him, but a significant promotion. So we are left to presume that other characters like Paris and Bashir and Nog didn't progress in their career past the rank we last saw them at. But somehow he was very capable, but he stayed in the role, he stayed in Starfleet and got Admiral? Like, did he just like never leave? Was he like the only one who didn't leave? Like I was expecting like Captain maybe, but Admiral seems like a big jump. Like that seems like such a big jump compared to like what we've seen of everyone else, that it has to be someone's idea of a joke. Philippa Jojo, we've got Katrina Cornwell from Discovery, Alonzo Freeman, who is an admiral, as the mother of Beckett Marina, David Till, who is a producer person, a whole bunch of names, Captain Chakotay, again, Captain's last word. So Commander Zero Third, I'm assuming that is the Zero who we see in Prodigy. Which again, if it is true, that's another kind of big rank jump from ensign to commander. And I like to think it is. I'm happy to see some Prodigy representation. Avi Barlow is a producer person. Sarah Pierce is a director, writer, one person. Obviously, Tony Newsom is Beckett. Eric Anthony Glover is a writer on the show. Kirsten Bayer is a writer. Jane Maggs is a writer. Alex Taub is a writer. We have obviously Jonathan Frakes. And then the last one, a lot of the lines are cut off. So whoever is this article can't recognize most of the names, and I don't think I do either. But obviously we have Captain 7 of 9. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the complete. This reaction video got completely taken over by just going through all these names. Okay, again, so all of these ranks, everyone here who isn't a member of production crew, everyone's ranks. Actually, Aaron MacDonald, if we are to assume that is the okay, that's a difficult one because it's obviously going to be a reference to the scientific consultant of Star Trek, but equally there is a character called Aaron MacDonald who was active in 2385 as a lieutenant commander, and I guess we have to assume this is possibly the same. I don't know. I guess because she's given the rank Admiral, it's meant to be a reference to the real life person Aaron MacDonald rather than the character Aaron MacDonald. But I mean, I guess it could be both. Everyone else here has the final ranks that we see them on screen, except for Hoshi Sato, who has her final rank that we see in a blink and you miss it moment in the mirror episode of an Enterprise. And Harry Kim, who gets promoted to captain.
That shaped our greatest officers.
This seems rather reactionary for Starfleet to get their officers, because normally when you get your military-esque force to chant a bunch of words, it's a form of doctrination in essence. I mean, not always. Maybe I'm being too cynical. It just seems very militaristic for Starfleet, which is a defensive force for a Federation, but isn't like overtly so.
Like them, we'll ask you to give.
Okay, so this is our kind of first look at a legacy character. We have Robert Picardo returning as a Doctor. One of my favorite characters in Star Trek is Robert Picardo as the Doctor, so I'm obviously extremely happy to see them back. Can't quite see a holographic emitter on them, nor can I see any rank slides, which is consistent. Well, the lack of holographic emitter is a new development of what I imagine. I mean, maybe. Well, I think it's established in Discovery that like most ships have emitters throughout the ship, so I guess that's what's happening here. Possibly he never really gets a rank. He never had one in Voyager. I've just noticed that the jackets on these officers is longer on one side than the other, and I really hate that. Well, it's the same thing as I hate in early Discovery when the uniform had like one collar. Why do you have to be asymmetrical? Please be symmetrical. I really hate this asymmetricness. But yeah, I'm really happy to see him back. I love the actor. He's got a lot of charm. His character was played flawlessly, and I'm happy to see them drop more sardonic wit.
More of yourselves. You know you have.
This looks like a decompression. Like in Enterprise when they needed to be cleaned, decontamination chamber. But obviously they got rid of those after Enterprise because the teleporter could remove it for you. Is that San Francisco still? I got no clue. But it's a nice moment, I guess, of watching me shower.
To dream without limitations. Whatever challenges came before today led you to this moment.
Ooh. Technically the first on-screen appearance of Benjamin Sisko, but admittedly just a image. So this seems to be like a library or a classroom or like someplace where you can come and like watch a seminar or a subject. I mean, this image, it's quite morbid that they've kind of blacked out the face, somewhat like in perseverance of the character. I imagine that's because I think in American law, there's a thing about using the images of actors without their permission, and they might not be able to get the rights to have Avery books, which is I think a bit of a shame, but whatever. But it's I think the first explicit reference of Sisko in post DS9 Star Trek. I don't know if the Easter egg will go into a further dive than we already see in this, of course, is the extent of it. Possibly we're going to see more by the fact that they've shown this off here and they've not kept that as a surprise later. But alternatively, I just threw my pen at my cat. They might have thrown us in here to kind of get like existing fans' appetite whetted. Be like, look, we're referencing all these old Star Trek things. I can't clearly see the text on the other presentations, so I don't know what they're about. I don't think nothing I can make out seems. It's like a whole bunch. It's like Netflix or it's like Discovery Channel. You got a confrontingly explainable whole like series of documentaries, and then this is like a show you would expect to find on Discovery Channel if Star Trek was real. A documentary on Benjamin Sisko's life.
You here now. You leave together.
It looks fun. Like characters. Oh yeah, that's a returning character. Someone else who I love for their sardonic wit in Star Trek. So hopefully them and Robert Picardo get a whole bunch of like shots together, a whole bunch of scenes together. I think they'd make excellent scene partners. Jem'Hadar, I think, as a Jem'Hadar and then the hybrid of the species from what I've read on press stuff. But interesting that Jem'Hadar are part of the Federation now. I wonder what that means in terms of Dominion War, but obviously this is set many, many years to the future, so anything and everything could have happened, and I think Star Trek's whole thing is ultimately everyone will join the Federation because we're all better together as a form of unity.
Explore. Boldly go where no one has gone before. It is my great honor to welcome you all to Starfleet Academy.
And then we also have I'm blanking on the name. Omar Fair. Not Omar Fair. Who's the mummy Egyptian? Oded Fair, who plays Charles Vance in Discovery, and I really love the actor. I really love the character of Charles Vance. They're wearing the same uniform that they were wearing in Discovery, so the admiral uniform is clearly still the same. But I think they were fantastically written and excellently portrayed character in Discovery. So I'm hoping we see bits more. In fact, I hope we see lots of them actually in this show. Definitely really, really excellent character. And yeah, Starfleet Academy early 2026. I think it looks good. I genuinely think it looks good. I'm excited to see it. Okay, I've got more things to react to and places to be. So we're going to end it there. I'm going to go fix things that are wrong on my stream. And so yeah, catch you in a bit. Bye.